Imagine a country so small you could walk across it in under an hour. A country with no natural resources, no farmland, and barely any space to expand. By all logic, it should have been forgotten. Just another tiny dot on the map. But instead, this place transformed itself into the most glamorous brand in the world. A playground where billionaires dock their super yachts, gamble in historic casinos, and watch Formula One cars race past their balconies. This country is Monaco, and its story is not just about luxury. It's about how a struggling microstate turned itself into a global symbol of wealth, power, and exclusivity, from fishing village to survival mode. In the early 20th century, Monaco was far from the glittering paradise we know today. It was essentially a small fishing village with limited land, surrounded by far wealthier neighbors like France and Italy. There was no oil, no mining, no agriculture, nothing to sustain an economy. The principality looked destined to remain obscure, a place with little purpose in the modern world. Faced with this reality, Monaco's leaders realized they couldn't compete with big nations through size or industry. They needed a different strategy, one that turned weakness into strength. If they couldn't build factories or farms, they would build an image. They would sell Monaco itself, packaging it as a unique destination. This meant reinventing the country as an exclusive escape for the world's elite, and that's exactly what Monaco began to do. It wasn't about attracting everyone. It was about attracting the few, the wealthiest, the most powerful, the people who could afford luxury not just as a product, but as a lifestyle. The casino that built an empire. The transformation truly began with the Monte Carlo Casino in the 19th century. At a time when gambling was banned across much of Europe, Monaco positioned itself as a rare haven where the wealthy could indulge. But this was no ordinary casino. It was built like a palace, towering marble columns, gold trim, crystal chandeliers, velvet carpets. Stepping inside wasn't just about playing roulette. It was about entering a different world. The casino wasn't selling games. It was selling prestige. Aristocrats, royals, and industrial tycoons soon flocked to Monte Carlo. Word spread quickly. Monaco was where Europe's elite went to play. Overnight, the principality became associated with indulgence, glamour, and exclusivity. The revenue saved the struggling country from bankruptcy, funding infrastructure, and setting the stage for the luxury identity Monaco still carries today. The casino taught Monaco its first branding lesson. Don't compete for everyone. Target only the elite. Reinventing through taxes. But the real masterstroke came later. In 1869, Monaco abolished income tax altogether. It was revolutionary. At a time when other countries were squeezing their citizens, Monaco offered total financial freedom. For the world's wealthy, this was irresistible. Why live in Paris or London when you could enjoy the Riviera sun, gamble in luxury casinos, and keep all your wealth? Billionaires didn't just visit Monaco. They began moving there. Over time, this turned the entire nation into a safe haven for the ultra-rich. Monaco wasn't selling products. It was selling status, financial freedom, and the ultimate symbol of exclusivity, residency in the world's most elite enclave, turning events into global advertising. To strengthen its brand, Monaco needed more than casinos and tax breaks. It needed visibility. That's where the Monaco Grand Prix came in. First held in 1929, the Formula One race became one of the most famous sporting events in the world. Unlike other tracks, Monaco's circuit runs through city streets, with cars flying past the harbor filled with super yachts. The visuals were unmatched. Speed, danger, glamour, and wealth, all in one place. The Grand Prix wasn't just a race, it was a global commercial for Monaco's luxury lifestyle. Every camera angle reinforced the same message. This is where the rich and powerful play. The billionaire ladies of Monaco's luxury brand isn't built only on events and glamour. It thrives on the presence of its people, especially its most famous residents. Among them, billionaire women, heiresses, and socialites have played a powerful role in shaping Monaco's image as a playground of elegance. Walk along Monte Carlo's boutiques, and you'll find the world's richest women shopping for haute couture fashion and rare jewelry. Many host charity galas, art shows, and exclusive events, turning Monaco into a stage where wealth is not only displayed, but celebrated. From royalty like Princess Grace and Princess Charlene to ultra-wealthy residents, the presence of these women reinforces Monaco's reputation as a place where glamour lives. For luxury brands, this is free advertising. Every time a billionaire lady is photographed stepping out of Chanel or Cartier in Monaco. It strengthens the principality's identity as the ultimate capital of style and sophistication. Monaco has become more than just a home for the rich. It's a lifestyle showroom, one where billionaire women, dressed in the finest couture, act almost like ambassadors of luxury culture. The cars of Monaco. If yachts define Monaco's waters, cars define its streets. Monaco is often described as an open-air luxury car showroom where seeing a Ferrari, Bugatti, or Rolls-Royce parked casually outside a cafe is completely normal. Supercars aren't just transportation here, they're part of the country's identity. For residents, owning a high-performance vehicle isn't about speed, it's about being seen. Driving through Monaco's narrow streets in a Lamborghini or McLaren isn't just a joyride, it's a status display, a reminder that in this tiny country, wealth is everywhere. Events like the Monaco Grand Prix amplify this image, but even outside race week, the city's streets feel like a moving museum of automotive art. Tourists often line up just to take pictures of the rare cars cruising past. In Monaco, cars are branding tools. Each engine rev, each polished chrome grille adds to the story. This is not just a city, it's the ultimate luxury brand where even traffic looks like a billion-dollar parade. The yacht capital of the world, Monaco's limited land meant its wealth had to expand onto the sea. Over time, Port Hercules became a symbol of status. Owning a yacht is already one of the ultimate displays of wealth, but docking it in Monaco, that turned it into a statement. Every September, the Monaco Yacht Show showcases some of the most expensive vessels in existence, each worth hundreds of millions of dollars. But what's remarkable is that this display costs Monaco almost nothing. The billionaires bring the yachts, and the country gains prestige just by hosting them. This is one of Monaco's most effective branding tools, using the ultra-rich themselves as living advertisements. The presence of yachts doesn't just show wealth, it normalizes it, making Monaco feel like the only place on earth where billionaires truly fit in. Hollywood meets royalty. If the Grand Prix and the yachts gave Monaco prestige, the marriage of Hollywood actress Grace Kelly to Prince Rainier III in 1956 gave it global fame. Overnight, Monaco became a fairy tale kingdom, mixing Hollywood glamour with European royalty. Magazines and newspapers around the world plastered the story, and Monaco's brand skyrocketed. It wasn't just a place for the rich anymore, it became a dream destination for ordinary people watching from afar. Grace Kelly's elegance transformed Monaco's image into something magical, giving it a cultural edge that no branding campaign could buy. To this day, the legacy of Grace Kelly continues to attract fascination, cementing Monaco's reputation as a kingdom of beauty, luxury, and timeless glamour. A brand without products, unlike Louis Vuitton or Ferrari, Monaco doesn't sell bags or cars. Its product is exclusivity itself. The streets lined with luxury boutiques, the casinos, the yacht-filled harbor, the tax benefits, all of it creates a lifestyle package only a select few can afford. In fact, Monaco has less than 40,000 residents, but nearly a third of them are millionaires. It is the only country in the world where billionaires feel like the majority. And that's the genius of Monaco's branding. It makes the rich feel normal, surrounded by others like them. Outro Monaco's transformation proves that a brand doesn't have to sell physical products to be powerful. With casinos, tax freedom, yachts, racing, and a sprinkle of Hollywood magic, Monaco turned itself into the ultimate luxury brand. A brand built on scarcity, exclusivity, and image. Next time you see Monaco on the news, whether it's the Grand Prix or a yacht show, remember this. You're not just looking at a tiny country. You're looking at one of the greatest branding success stories in history. If you enjoyed this story of how nations can market themselves like luxury brands, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden histories of wealth and power.